Hello, today's lesson is on digital citizenship and the rings of responsibility. It has been adapted from the Common Sense Media lessons, and you can check that out on the Common Sense Media website in the digital citizenship section on the scope and sequence. The rings of responsibility is about the three rings that we have: responsibility to self, family, and friends, and community. This lesson was taught in a Alice Al school in a 4th grade classroom. And I was a guest teacher in that class. And so hopefully this lesson helps you understand how it can be taught in your classroom a little bit better. Thanks very much for watching.
Rings of responsibility. Can everybody say rings?
Rings
of responsibility.
Responsibility.
Okay? So, rings of responsibility. That sounds interesting. I wonder what we're going to learn about today. I want you to take a second and look at this picture. Do you guys have partners you usually talk with?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have your partners talk, but I'm going to give you the partner that's going to go first. So talk to your partner, but the partner that's going to go first, don't start yet. Figure out who's going first. The partner that's going first is the partner with the most siblings. What are siblings? Brothers and sisters. If you have the same amount of siblings, just do a quick rock, paper, scissors. Figure out who has the most brothers and sisters in your partners, go. If you have the most brothers and sisters in your group, give me a thumbs up. Okay? So, person with a thumbs up, you're going to ask this question to your partner, all right? What do you think of? When you see this picture, what do you see and what do you think of? Okay? They need to answer in a complete sentence for you, okay? Go ahead and ask them. Thumbs up. What do you think of when you see this picture? Go. You guys like that?
Yeah.
So when I do that, that means I'm ready to bring you guys back together, okay? Alright, so what do you think of when you see this picture?
I think about a stream that is going up and down.
Thank you all for sharing. I bet you had a lot of different things. When I see this, I see this single drop of water, and it's small, but it can have a big effect. Right? It sends out these things called ripples. Everybody say ripples.
Ripples.
And these ripples, this tiny drop of water, can have a lot of effect on the water around it. Can't that? Can it?
Yeah.
Just like some of the decisions that we make, even if they seem small, they can affect the people around us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So some of these small decisions can have big effects. And that's kind of what we're going to talk today about, is some of these rings of responsibility and how we can affect the people around us. So we're going to define the word responsible. Everybody say responsible.
Responsible.
So you might already know what it means to be responsible, but I want to make sure everybody understands. So if we look up here, it says being able to choose for oneself between right and wrong. Can you read that with me, everybody? Ready? Here, I'll start, you guys. When I say ready, read, we'll read together. Okay, ready, read.
Able to choose for oneself between right and wrong.
You guys have to choose sometimes between good decisions and bad decisions? Probably lots of times, right? Whether you're at home, whether you're at school with your friends. Raise your hand if you've had to choose between a good and a bad decision sometime. So I bet you guys all, raise your hand if you have responsibilities. If you have responsibilities, say responsibilities.
Responsibility.
All right, so today we're going to talk about different types of responsibilities. In this rings of responsibility, we have 3 different types of responsibilities. We have responsibilities to our
Self.
We have responsibilities to our and we have responsibilities to our
Community.
So if you're thinking about community, it's like your school, your library, if you go to church, maybe your doctor. Your community is the kind of the world around us. We live in the community of Salinas. Your school is a community, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about these rings of responsibilities. Okay? And so, first of all, we talked about different responsibilities, but some of you guys said I have responsibility to help my mom clean the house, right? So if I'm looking at that, that's a responsibility to my
Family and friends.
Right? Picking up your dog's things is a responsibility to your
Family and friends.
doing your homework might be a responsibility to your
Self.
cleaning your room might be a responsibility to your
Self.
what about like picking up trash in the community, right? See, that's a responsibility to the
Community.
so again we have everybody responsibility to
Self.
responsibility to and responsibility to
Community.
okay. All right, we'll have more times. So here's something else that I really want to talk to you guys about today. We've talked about the rings of responsibility, but there's something else we're going to add. Can I borrow this for a sec? We have a responsibility to be a good digital citizen, which is making good choices online. Because if we don't make good choices online, maybe we're not being responsible to ourselves. Maybe we're not being responsible to our friends and family, or maybe we're not being responsible to our community by how we're behaving on our computers. So we're going to talk about some of these things, some of the rings of responsibility online. For example, I want you to think about, here's an example. Can you guys read this for me?
I am respectful and kindly communicate online.
So does this fall in the ring of responsibility of yourself,
Yes.
your family and friends,
Yes.
or your community?
Yes. Community.
Have just a super quick discussion with your partner. Go. Which one does it go in? Okay, if you think it's the self, you're going to stay in your seat. If you think it's family and friends, you're going to stand up. And if you think it's the larger community, you're going to stand up and put your hands up. If it's yourself, you're going to stay. If you're family and friends, show me if you think it's family and friends. What are you going to do? Stand up. Show me family and friends. Everybody. Show me if it's family and friends. Everybody stands up. Show me you know what to do. So everybody should be standing up. Everybody should be standing up. Again, and if we think it's a larger community, what are we going to do? Put our hands up like this. So show me if you thought it was self, what would you do? Sit down. Show me if you thought it was family and friends, what would you do? Stand up. Uh-huh. Show me if it was the larger community, what would you do? Right? It's self, what are you going to do? Larger community, what are you going to do? And put your hands up. Thank you, those of you that are showing me you know what to do. And finally, if it was your family and friends, what are you going to do? Just stand up. So for this one, do you think this being respectful online when communicating, does it fall in the ring of responsibility of yourself? Is it being responsible to your family and friends or to community? So you're either sitting, if it's yourself, you're standing up right now, if you think it's your family and friends, and you're putting your hands up if you think it's community. Okay, you ready for me to tell you which one? You're going to count down from 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to show you which one it is. Okay, everybody? 3,
2, 1.
Okay, we're going to just do one more of these, okay? Let me see here. Let's do, how about this one? Go ahead and read it.
I manage my time online and offline.
You guys know what that means?
No.
So if it's a balance, right? A balance is like a scale. It balances. So should I spend all of my time online playing video games?
No.
No, right? We shouldn't spend all of our time online playing video games. Should I just spend all of my time playing at the park?
Yes.
Not all my time, right? So we need to balance our time with the things we do, right? Sometimes, right? That's good balance is having some exercise. Eating healthy, those are good balance. So talk to your friends. Which ring of responsibility is this in? Go. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. What is it? Oh, you guys think it's okay? What about for me?
3, 2, 1. Yes.
I said the.
You doesn't have glasses? That's okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, at this point, I would like you guys to open your computer. I know some of you guys aren't quite in there. It's up there. Mr. Lopez and I are going to be going around. So remember what we talked about our screens? Right now, if you're in Google Classroom, I want you to flip your computer around so I can see your screen. Go. You're in Google Classroom. Okay, if you're not in Google Classroom, all right. So I don't want you to do anything, I just want you to watch. Okay, this is going to be your first assignment, Rings of Responsibility. And I know this is new to some of you, and you're just going to do your best here to do this. So I'm going to kind of show you. Each one of you is going to have a little bit of a task. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you're going to do. Making a copy for each student. So not yet. Not yet. In a second, you're going to open this up. This is a Google slideshow. Alright? I'm going to have you start to fill this out, and I'm going to give you about maybe 15 minutes. Okay. Alright, so now this third slide. Examples of community. What did we think of, everybody? I know you're not done with that, but let's go ahead and put your eyes up here, please. Put your fingers up, wiggle them. Okay, I'm waiting for everybody. It just shows me that you're not typing. Thank you. Alright, what did we say for being responsible to our community? What are some ideas for that? What do you think? So, picking up trash? Okay, I know that you're not all done, but give me a thumbs up. Have you guys played Kahoot before? Yeah. Give me a thumbs up if you'd like to play Kahoot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, real quick, if you're not logged in, it's still going to show at the bottom. Are we ready? Here's the game pin if you're not logged in yet. Which ring of responsibility is this? Asking permission before posting a silly picture of a classmate. Which ring of responsibility is that? Good job. You're being responsible to your... No, you're being responsible to your... Awesome. Hey. So, last question I have for you. Yeah, I want to get you guys to lunch. No. Last question I have for you. I want you to think about rating on a scale of 1 to 5. How much did you like and learn in that lesson? Number 1, I didn't like the activities that we did at all. Number 5, I thought they were super awesome. Number 3, yeah, they were okay. You can give any score, okay? Think about what score you're going to give to yourself. Question? Okay? And put your hand up in 3, 2, 1. Okay? Thank you very much. That shows me and your teacher. All right. So with that, Mr. King?
So that was the Rings of Responsibility lesson. Originally it was about an hour and 15 minutes, and we cut it down to about 13. Hopefully that's helpful. We removed a lot of the student talk portions just to make sure we could get an idea of the whole lesson for you. But it's important to make sure we're giving students as much as we can to talk and dialogue to make it engaging. Also, just quickly reflecting on the lesson and thinking about what I can do differently in the future next time. I noticed definitely from watching the video that some of the students need to work on procedures and routines as far as devices, so that's one thing I think I need to reinforce. And also just give them more practice overall with Google Classroom. If you would like to use this lesson, it should be attached in the links below. And in the lesson you can see the link to the original lesson plan as well as the link to the Kahoot if you'd like to play it. So thanks for watching. Hopefully it was helpful. You can see our contact information on this screen. We're ALISAL Ed Tech, team made up of George Lopez and Ben Cogswell. If you would like to ever leave us feedback, you can go ahead and type in that link, alisal.com/ALISALFB17. So thanks for watching very much and have a great day.